Alex Dunn here with Planning Better Bike Adventures Using Google Maps, Part 6. So, as you know, Google Maps works on a system where there is more and more detail as you zoom in or out of the map. So, I have us here on the edge of the Mount Hood National Forest. That's that green boundary here where it meets the gray. And I want to zoom us in here because as we zoom in, what we're going to notice is some little white lines are going to start to appear. And these little white lines, as we get closer, are actually National Forest roads, NF hyphen and then a 1, 2, 3, or 4-digit number. So these are actually established pathways through national forests. Some of them have old names like Abbott Road. Some of them are just labeled with a number, but they will show up on corresponding maps. Now, if you watched part 4, we talked a little bit about the Google Street View, which is pulling up that little Google guy and dropping him on top of any of the blue-lined roads. But what happens when you're out here in the middle of nowhere? The Google car, chances are, hasn't driven these roads, so there are no street views of these roads. But there is something called images, and images are either personal photographs that people have taken, or they are little spot images that Google Maps did. And to see these, if we pull up the little guy, you're going to notice that there's all these little blue dots that show up around my map. And just like dropping the little guy onto a blue road, I can drop him on a blue dot, and it's going to zoom in. And in some cases, we're going to get the full 360 view. And in some cases, we're going to get a photograph taken by a Google user who potentially geotagged that photograph to a certain latitude and longitude and placed it on the map. But what I did right here is I dropped us onto this forest road, and I can actually check out the condition of this road. I can check out to see a little bit of, how dense the forest is if I'm trying to find camping, or if I drop one next to a lake or river or a campground, I can maybe even see a little bit of what that looks like. And depending on the type of bike I'm traveling on and the type of adventure I want to have, this road could be perfect for me. So again, we did that by picking up the little fella and dropping him on one of these little blue dots. Here's another place somebody took a photograph of what looks like an old fire. Hard to see, the image is loading. Now, there's one other thing we can do here, which is down here, these two up arrows says show imagery. And if I pop that up, it's actually going to give me all of the photographs that are currently inside my framed bit of mapping. So wherever I am on the map, these images are going to pop up. And when I hover over them, they're going to show me exactly where on the map they appear. And as I scroll along on the map, and I set it to a new place, you're going to notice that these images shift to follow me along. So now I have images in some new places. So this is a great technique if you're traveling in some backcountry. It's a good thing to check. We talked about using the satellite view in episode 5, but this is slightly different. This is using Google or personal images to see what's on our route from where we're going, and we can drag it along and get a better sense of the terrain and the quality of the roads as we go.